Hello. Look at my chocolate lady. I am Lisa Czak, and I'm really excited today because I'm going to interview one of my babes, my badass bitches, empowered in my 6-month coaching program. Lisette is her name. She has been with me for, I believe, 4 months now. And I can talk all day long about babes, right? And about what we do in babes. And I think that the best way for me to describe or tell you what you can expect when you join my 6-month coaching program, babes, is to show you. I believe in showing, not telling. So Lisette is going to come on here momentarily, and she's just going to tell you about what it feels like to be a badass bitch. Empowered. Keep that up. Wait. Cheers. Hello. This is the babe I was just speaking of before you came on. I'm not going crazy. Before you came on, I did a little introduction.
Okay.
And this is the babe in my 6-month coaching program. Badass bitches empowered. But she's a skinny bitch empowered.
Yes.
And this is Lisette. And so she just got this. I want to show you her water bottle first. Babes, you have to drink a lot of water.
It's like literally that big.
And look at what it says on it. So where are you now? What time is it now? It's 10 o'clock in the morning there, right? So where are you now?
I'm at like 9. Yeah, I'm at 10. It says, hydrate yourself. Remember your goal.
Yeah. Cheers. Wait.
Cheers.
Cheers to a babe's interview. And I put this up for Lisette. We're going to talk about that, why I put that up just for her. I did a set for you. I don't do a set for anybody. Okay, babe. So first thing I want to talk about is how are you feeling before you joined babes? Like, why did you join babes? You could have done anything else in the world with your time, twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays for the next 6 months. But besides the fact that you love me, why else did you choose to join babes?
Because I felt stuck. I felt like literally my body was just like oozing all this bad stuff. Like I had a cold, I had a UTI, like my back was killing me, like all these just bad things in my body. And I didn't understand, like I was working out, I was eating healthy, like why do I feel so awful? Why am I so stuck? Like what's wrong with me? You know, like clearly I need something else. Yeah, things were just not working out. And then like COVID had just started and we didn't know what was going on and we were all scared.
And how did you feel? Like what, you know me, I'm all about the emotions. Like what was the feeling? How did you feel when you woke up in the morning before you joined babes?
Oh my God, that morning I don't even remember why, but I was so mad. And all I did, I just like walked away, like, because we were still meeting one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I just left and I was sitting on my steps outside and I was just bawling. And I remember we were on for like almost 3 hours and like I was just crying. Like it was trying to, where did I feel it?
Yeah, like what was the emotion? It sounds like sadness or
defeat. It was sadness, just frustration, helplessness. Yeah, it was not pretty.
Not pretty at all. And I also remember you saying that, because I use it in like all my marketing now, because you are the first one to actually be honest, and it's the first time I've actually heard someone say, like, I looked in the mirror, I looked at a picture of myself, and I said, who the hell is that chubby bitch? Do you remember that?
I do.
Like that was like that was your self-talk.
I didn't even recognize myself.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I didn't get it. Like, clearly I was not working out as consistently as I am now, but like, I work out, like, I eat healthy. Who is this person? Like, I should be losing weight, not putting on more weight. Like, my clothes didn't fit. I was buying sizes that I had never bought before.
Yeah, that's a soul crusher there. Buying
Yep.
clothes that are a next size
Like,
bigger.
my fat jeans were tight.
Mhm. All right, so tell me when. I remember when you first said to me, "How do I become a babe?" You saw me advertising it, and I was like, "You're already a babe," which I do believe. Like, I believe
Yeah.
I would believe all women are already babes, badass bitches, empowered. It's just we can tap into it even more, like bring her out. I feel like like in your case, I really felt
Hiding
like
inside.
she was so hiding inside. Like, why to
Yeah.
pull that bitch out of you? Like, come on,
Get out.
so, but were there any thoughts that you had to overcome? Like, because our brains tend to get sneaky even after we say, yeah, I'm going to do it. Fear starts coming in, or anxiety, or like you talked about budget. Like, I got to check the budget, did any of that chatter come in?
And I think those were all excuses.
Oh my God, this is why I love you. Oh my God.
Because I did the math, and it's like I did the math, and it's cheaper to be a babe than to see you individually.
But no more saying cheap. My coach,
Like, less expensive. Sorry, no, totally worth it. Like, if like, budget wise, I'm spending less money now than if I would have continued seeing you individually and getting what I'm getting now. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to talk for a minute about, like, once you actually join too, because Babes is the same time, the same days, twice a week, every week on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to force the hand, right? If it kills me, I'm going to make you badass bitches come in and show up for yourself, right? When I see, that's why, like, the individual client, like, you could cancel, right? Or you could reschedule.
Or when are you available? Yeah.
Right. But this, like, how's your feet to the fire? So talk a little bit about how that was for you. Like, what did you have to overcome in your mind?
Have a job, Lisa.
Yeah, you're exactly. I'll never forget that. You're like, you don't understand. I just show up here. So talk a little bit about that. Like, what, like, you already said, like, the excuses, you overcame those. You overcame the excuses. Like, why do you think, first of all, that you overcame those excuses? Like, how did you even realize those are excuses? I'm just going to do it.
And I think for me, it was like, if I committed to becoming a babe, like, I was like, okay, like, you got to work on it. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'll see you once a week and I'll cancel for 2 weeks, or, it was real.
Shit got real.
Yes, shit got real. And it's like signing that contract, like, you're going to work on you. Yes. And then, like, I'm still working from home. There's a lot of appointments and meetings and court hearings that I have no control over when they get scheduled. There's a whole bunch of people involved, and families have emergencies. And for me, it was a big thing to not be present, but I can still be present. I could just do it an hour later, or just tell them, like, no, I am not available on Thursday at 10 because I already have another engagement. And they don't need to know what it is.
No.
Like,
remember what I said, just because you work for someone and they pay you doesn't mean they own you.
Right.
Your time is still your time. And that's the most precious thing that you have. And I feel like with you, that was like the first step in, like, really setting boundaries. That's when, like, the light bulb went off. I need help setting boundaries.
Yes.
But you were like, the resistance came up though.
And there's a difference between setting boundaries and putting yourself first and being responsible. Like, I'm not neglecting my job. I'm not working less hard, like, but priorities. Like, I need to take care of myself so I can take care of others. Like, I mean, that's nothing new.
Right. So what I'll never forget when you texted me and you said, I have a handle on this now. Nothing has changed. Like my job is still the same, my home responsibilities, my wifely responsibility,
Yeah.
being a mom, my mom like everything is still the same. Nothing has changed. You haven't won the lottery yet, right?
Not
But
yet.
you haven't become that millionaire yet. But what changed then? Tell me what changed.
It's just how I see things and how I prioritize things and what I decide to do, like how I decide to react.
Yeah, it was just that mindset
Yeah.
shift. And it would be very different if you didn't have, don't you think, if you didn't have that commitment twice a week, same time, and what is no more loosey goosey, right? It's like I did that on purpose. I designed that on purpose. And everyone has had that's come in, right? It's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to tell my boss? How am I going to do this? This is good. And I don't know if you realize this. I see it as, do you understand now why you woke up one day and you couldn't recognize yourself in the mirror? Because you would start, but anytime the wind blew wrong, you would put yourself like,
Drop it. Yeah.
I'm going to drop myself.
And like my boss knows, and like I tell them, like I can't, I have therapy, and they're like, oh, okay, like we'll do it later, we'll do it earlier. Like they know.
No one's going to question your mental health. Your people in your life want you to be mentally well. And as you know, I don't. So if you've noticed, I'm not big on I don't do it at all. Actually, I don't believe in the before and after pictures wearing the sports bra and the spandex. I will never do that to you. Like this is my version of before and after, right? Because I feel like you have to see the woman and see the glow and hear her voice. I can talk about it all day long, but like to see you is completely different, right? Like women right now are saying when they see this, as they're watching this, I want what she has. Like that's what I want, to go from that to this. Like they're looking at you going, what? This is an actress. This is full of shit.
I was not paid to do this.
This woman was never in a state of looking at herself feeling those things that she was feeling, because you're exuding happiness, right? You're exuding confidence and sexiness and skinniness. When I say skinny, I mean your version of skinny.
Yeah. Just feeling good about myself and knowing the person that's looking back at me in the mirror, and like she's not, who's this fat bitch, like, oh, it's skinny said, I like her.
Yeah, see, that's huge. Like to actually look in the mirror and like yourself. So that's what I was gonna say is now, like compared to when you first joined or like before you joined, share with us all the things that have happened. And what I'm talking about, me, right? Lisette, you have shed weight on the scale. But it's like, I don't mean it's a little bit. I mean, compared, like the list of non-scale victories of how your life has changed is like this compared to the scale. It's just this little number, right?
Yeah.
So fuck that scale. It doesn't even matter anymore, right? Even though you have lost. So just tell us a little bit.
I don't know what, like I
don't know. What do you guys do?
I don't even know.
All of you say the best things in calls. This is why I hesitated doing this. And then like I'll ask you, if I asked you to write a testimonial, you'd be like, Lisa is a great trainer, coach, and a friend.
Lisa's fun.
Like what? I don't understand.
Look,
you literally just wrote me a list.
I wrote them out. Okay,
you posted it in Babes.
Like, okay, so
hear, like, what, so okay, let's start with this. What is the biggest transformation? I don't even want to say change, but it's like the biggest thing that you've noticed.
That I've noticed?
Yeah, like the thing.
Like the thing that surprises me the most is that I need to work out. If I don't, I'm like grouchy and angry and like yes, I still struggle. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, let's go work out, like I make up excuses. And then when I'm done, like, I love running. And when I just love that feeling when I come back from running. And like, I'm all sweaty and like my heart's beating fast, and I just come home and I lay down my mat and I just lay down, and I just love that feeling. I don't know how to
I'm laughing because
explain it.
I wish that I had this other woman on here. Sharon is her name. Sharon, if you're
Mm-hmm.
watching this. I will never forget when that feeling that you're talking about. She came in from running. She used to hate running. And she's like
Mm-hmm.
screaming in the gym that I worked at, my God, running is better than an orgasm. I feel like I climaxed out there. She was sprinting too on top of it. So that's that feeling that you're talking about, that,
Yes.
I
don't know about better, but it's good.
that started a whole, I posted that on Facebook, of course. And all these people were like, and you need to get a new partner. Then they're giving her sex tips, orgasm tips. I'm not kidding you. You're with the wrong guy or with the wrong woman, whoever you're with. It was so funny. But her point was that it was just exhilarating, right?
Yes. Yes.
It was that feeling of like, I can't even explain it. I just feel alive. I just feel.
And it's funny because sometimes like I'll work out with you in the morning, and like it's more like weight training or like using my own body, but I don't get that same feeling when running, and I feel I didn't work out. Like, it's just weird. Like, sometimes I'll just go for, a short jog, and like, I don't know, just coming home, and even though it's really hot here, like, people are like, you're crazy, you're running? Like, it's like 100 degrees outside. I'm like, oh, just leave me alone.
It's freeing. I think it's a form of therapy in a way.
Yes. Yes.
Like I remember when I first started having you run, you were not happy about it.
No.
You're like, oh,
my
God.
knees would hurt, my back would hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I bought a TENS machine because my back hurts so much. I've only used it once because it doesn't hurt anymore.
And as you get more fit and as you drop weight, running is easier.
Yes.
With the weights that I do with you now, I told you, I hope you got the 20 pounds I told you to get, because we need to add more, because you have less body weight to work with. So I have to add weight on as you lose weight, which is weird, right? It doesn't seem like, but it has to be, because we have to keep it hard. We have to keep challenging you. We can't keep having you do the same thing. But it's funny that you say that. A lot of people, it seems like it's very cut and dry. Some people love like the cardio. Other people love the weights. You know what I mean? Like, I have people who, if I do a more cardio workout, they'll say, I feel like I haven't done anything. I need to lift something.
That's funny. And I wasn't a runner. Like, when we first started working out, I wasn't running.
That was your I am at one point. I am a runner.
I am a runner. Yep.
And you became a runner.
I am.
Your original I am, remember you struggled with it at first?
Yes.
And then I want you to tell that story. I love that story.
Oh,
how you found your I am.
So the very first time I reached out to Lisa was because I was a single mom, and I was fat and felt like ugly inside and out, and I wanted to start dating. Like, I wanted to find love, but I didn't know that yet. And I would struggle with an I am, like I want to be strong, I want to be, courageous, I want to be determined. Like, it would change every week. And then like what I wanted was love. And then I figured you attract what you are. And I'm like, well, I want to be loved, because if I give out love, I'm going to get love back. And I saw it I was walking, and I saw it on the side of the street on a store. It was like a sticker that said, I am love. And I'm like, oh, that's me. And that's what I wanted. Like, I realized that I am love. Like, I am loved. I don't need anybody to love me. I needed to love myself. I needed to put myself first. And I started dating, and these awful first dates, and then I realized like, you know what? Like this is bullshit. Like I don't need any of this. Like I am fine just by myself.
I think that
And
I feel
then
like that's when you really started loving yourself. That's when you became love.
yes.
I have chills right now. I have chills right now because you became love.
Yeah. And like I remember I had been talking to this guy for like a couple weeks and like we had good chemistry and it was just over the phone and then I met him and I'm like, oh my God, like what is this?
But the man that you ended up marrying, tell about
Yeah.
that.
So like that was the guy that I'm like, hell no, like I am fine just by myself. I don't need anybody. Like I'm done with the online dating. And then I was still curious. I'm like, oh yeah, we could be friends, you know?
I'll never forget that. You're like, I think we're just friends. Like I don't see anything happening. And now you've been married for how long? A year? It's been a year now.
How long? 2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
2 years.
I
Yes.
absolutely love that story. I think
Yes.
that's why I love your story. Like you are true transformation and that, like what you just described. Like you started off as a single mom. And I remember you would cry. I don't see her on the weekend or when you weren't with her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when like you started exploring like, okay, hey, I
I
need
need
to
to
like find
focus
myself.
on me.
Yeah. Do you feel like you
Yeah.
found your that's what I wanted to ask you. So part of Babes, there's a yucky part in Babes. There is.
Yeah. There is.
Tell us about the yucky part. Let's prepare them. Prepare the
The
landing
yucky
pad for
part.
the new ones.
I think, and also the difference between Babes and just seeing you one on one. And again, why? Because I saw you and I was like doing really well, and then I fired you and I broke up with you.
She did. She broke up with me
I did.
so that she could drink beer and go on dates and eat whatever she wanted with her husband. She
And
broke
I
up
think
for
the
cheesesteaks
difference,
and beer.
again, the ugly part of Babes is that you have to dig deep. Like it's not just about losing the weight and fitting into a size 6 or size 4 jeans. Like it's digging deep and getting all that ugly past trauma, childhood trauma, whatever you want to call it, and just getting rid of that. And I think that's the difference now. I don't want to say like it was like a superficial goal. Like, yes, I needed to love myself, and I found love and then what, that's it? Like, no, like.
About me. I think
like,
because you merged your life with someone and then you sort of lost yourself in that.
and there's still that like little girl Lisette with all this awful things that happened to her, like take care of me, heal me,
Mm-hmm. I have chills right now. Seriously, I have chills. Because that is what it is. You're right.
It's not fun reliving awful experiences, traumatic experiences, but you need to get it out. You need to, make peace with it, forgive, whatever you need to do, and just let it go. It comes out through here.
I already know the answer to this question, but they don't know. Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
And
I have my ugly journal.
So everyone always asks me, how do I know when I'm healed, Lisa? You even asked me that. So now I'm going to ask you this question. Are you healed? And how do you know you're healed? Do you feel it? Do you feel a difference?
Yes. And some parts I can say, yes, I'm healed because I know I can speak up and I can say, no, I don't like that. And before I would just like stay quiet. I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I know I don't like it, but I'll just ignore it, and I just keep it all inside. And now I know that part of me has healed, but then I guess just, life puts little tests in how you react to them. And that's how you know.
So do you still get, I already know this, obviously, because I work with you, but you still get triggered, but what happens now when you do get triggered? What's the difference between now and before?
It's how you react and what you do with that.
I feel like you respond now. You don't react anymore.
Yes.
Like you'll reach out to me, you'll send me paragraphs, which I love. That's why I tell people.
Like, I don't know what to do, Lisa.
like you're one of the lucky ones you got in. Like I'm gonna start, there's gonna like be an add-on for Voxer because I feel like it's so, only because I feel like it's not for you, it won't be, but I feel like it's so powerful. Like you really use Voxer, right? You, like, I want you to reach out to me in the moment or when it's happening, because I don't want to wait until I only see you twice a week. That's not that much. There's a lot that can happen. So you really utilize it, but a lot of people don't. And I feel like if they have to invest in it, they're going to fucking use it because they're like, I'm paying her whatever, like
Like,
a extra month
why?
for this.
Why wouldn't you? It's like having Lisa in your back pocket. Like whenever you need her, she's there.
Right
Stop my
there.
phone.
Or
Lisa, I have issues.
right, that's what I'm saying. So like like you're a shining example of someone who, and I laugh about the paragraphs, but I'm happy about it, right? This is what I want. I want you to get this shit out. If you're not able to journal it out in the moment, sometimes just, and I don't know if you know, you always work it out. You send me paragraphs and I just sort of sit back. I do. I sit back and I say, wait, it's coming, and wait for it. And sure enough,
Okay, I'm good, Lisa.
yeah, and then there's the revelation. You have your own revelation and your own, conclusion, and you answer exactly what you need. But that's the whole point of it. And that's what I want people to understand, like the value behind Voxer is just texting. I didn't know what Voxer was either at first.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But it's just, it's being, yeah, you're right. It's having access to be able to text me because you get much, don't you feel like you get much further?
Yes.
And I see you on a coaching call. Okay, we've already been through that. Let's move on.
And like, I guess like journal on Voxer, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But at least you get that feedback right away, as opposed to, I could open my notebook and write it out and figure it out. But I'm like, okay, is this right? Like, or you like give me clues like, oh, did you consider this? Or you ask me questions like, well, how would this change? Or I don't know, like you get instant feedback.
Yeah. And you have done remarkable with, like, I talk about babes being like, you're shedding, right? It's babes, badass bitches empowered. Shedding is the S. And shedding weight, but most of the weight that you have to shed is not on your body, which you can, right?
Yep.
You have shed, tell us a couple, you don't have to name names or anything, but just tell us, you don't have to get specific if you want. I mean,
it's okay, I'm not friends with them anymore.
I had this one woman who was like, I'm going to name everyone. I'm like, no, slow down there. I don't want to get sued by these people. But no, just tell us a little bit about what you have shed, besides the actual physical weight on your body and inches that you've lost. What else have you shed? I've
shed friendships and like lifelong friendships. I don't need them. Like they serve no purpose. Like just let go. What else have I shed? My dad, not kidding.
I think with you, and also you shed things like not putting yourself first, right? You've shed, and shed is the wrong word. You've actually gained, right? It's not just about shedding. It's also you gained taking care of yourself, setting those boundaries, putting yourself first, and speaking up. The throat chakra.
Yes.
Yeah.
Voicing it.
That's also what I'm talking about. Is I introduce you guys to a lot of different things in there, things that you have never experienced that are uncomfortable, right? I'm all about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable because that's where the magic happens. And Lisette,
yes,
chakra lady, you see, I did a whole session on chakra cleansing. So tell us how that was for you, that first chakra cleansing.
It was honestly stupid and it was a joke and I was literally laughing about how dumb I found it.
She was like, the resistance was like, it's like a wall went up. I mean, I could feel it on Zoom. I was like, oh, what is that? I'm in here building a wall. What's happening in here? Yeah,
I'm like literally like I'm paying to do this bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good.
And then Rosa, the other babe, was like, "This is for me." Like that, she loved it. It was like she
I'm
felt
like, whatever.
she's like, finally something I can do, right? Because she was feeling like you were like kicking ass with the weights and the cardio. So you went from that to
Yes.
tell us now. How do you feel about les chakras?
I mean, I don't fully understand it, not all of it, not yet, but I'm learning. And you also said, and my boss said, and then this hunky firefighter ex-Olympian also said,
How am I going to compete with that shit?
like they kept saying about like trying new things, you know, do something
Mhm.
that you've never done before, like step out of your boundaries. I'm like, okay, well, let me, you know, open up to this chakra thing. And so I started reading about it and like, oh, like we all store trauma somewhere, and you always ask like, where do you feel it? And so that's kind of what got me interested. Like, I don't want to feel that ugliness anymore. Like, I want to get it out. And I also believe that when bad things happen and you don't deal with them, like your body keeps them and your body tries to get rid of them some way, whether it's an illness or, you know,
Or
I'm
come
like, I
out
rather
of
just,
the crevice like it was for you. You
yes.
see, guys, snot coming out, spit, whatever, green shit coming out.
It's like it'll ooze in some way. So I
Yeah.
might as well get rid of it. So I mean, it's not bullshit. I apologize.
No apologizing. That's where you were at that point.
Yeah.
You weren't ready for it. It's my job to introduce plant seeds, and some
And
grow and some don't.
don't. And like I believe in the power of the mind, and
But
you
tell
know,
us about your chakra experience now when you did do the chakra thing.
so I found this article on Pinterest
An article.
about
I give her a whole demonstration in person, and then
no.
she gets it finally from an article. But that's the whole point. Like you were seeking it out, right? And this was a safe
Yes.
way for you to explore it.
And I liked it because it was kind of like dumbed down, and it tells you when a chakra's balanced or not imbalance, and what you experience with one or the other. And it was just a different pose, and you would hold that pose. And I had also been dabbling a little bit into yoga, and my thing is like I don't have full range of motion in one arm, so it's hard for me to do certain poses. And it's just like doing whatever is comfortable with you. Like you can adjust the moves to what you can do. Like you don't have to tie yourself in a knot for it to be effective. No. So I'm like, okay, like I'll do it, you know, like new experience, I'll try it. And then at the end, oh, I forget what the quote was. It was something about I want to be open to new experiences or something like that. And so it was just Shavasana, which like basically you're just laying on the ground, and I just started crying. Like I don't know where the tears came from, but I was just bawling, like just open myself to new experiences.
I love that because it shows. And then talk a little bit about the light that you saw.
Oh yeah. So like whenever at the end when we work out, there's always relaxation, and I try to picture like you have to be in tune with your body and like I like try to picture like the inside of my body, like if it's feeling stress or whatever. And I usually see colors like in my core. And then yesterday, like there was light.
What's up with that?
Yeah, there was like a bright white light, like from my chest to my neck. And it was just open. And then I see like dark things coming out of my head.
Those are the shadow emotions, the fear, the
Felt the
anxiety,
yuck.
the shame. A big thing is shame. It's an emotion that's not talked about a lot, but we all
Experience.
we
Yes.
all have it. And once you can actually say that out loud, I felt shame. Like you're already releasing it. But I love this because it's just, that's a true like full circle you do with this whole chakra thing. You went from laughing, joking, saying this is stupid, I can't believe I'm paying for it, to actually seeking it out.
Yeah.
Right? And then on top of that, having this visceral reaction, tears coming, and seeing like you have reached this level. Like I don't even see light when I do that. Like I pray, please, Lord, let me see the light. Let me see the colors. Nothing's coming.
Nothing.
But I also think it's because like I'm forcing it, right? Like I want it so bad. I want to see the colors.
Where are they? Where are they?
Whereas you're just like, this is a bunch of bullshit anyways, right? Your mind is not, which is
It
almost,
doesn't work.
it's a better place to be in sometimes because you're just sort of like, whatever.
Just open.
And then it happens. And it's like, wow. And so that's why I just plant the seed. I want you to try different things. Like when I first started with you, you know, you were like a what? A burpee or some of the stuff shit I had you do, some of the exercises you were.
Still don't like burpees.
But now it's like second nature to you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of things in the beginning, like we see this, like with Rosa, she'll be like, what is it? Like, she gets all mad at me, right? I don't like you very much right now. But that's the whole point, is it's like, try new things, see what you like, see what you don't like. And I'm just planting little seeds in your brain, that's all. Just a little chakra seed. Watch, you're gonna become like a chakra expert. You'll be like, teaching people how to see the rainbow. Okay, well, do you want to add anything else? Are there any final words you have? Anyone thinking, maybe I should join Babes, what would you tell them?
Wait, do I know them? Because I don't like to share you.
No, you don't know them. They're strangers from another land.
Oh, these, yes. So then, yes. No, I'm kidding. Like, I've known Lisa for a long time. Like, our daughters went to school together, like elementary school. Like, I've known her, but this is totally new and different because, again, it's not just eat this and, you know, follow what's on my list and do your workouts. You're digging deep and you're working on your whole self, not just how you look. It's mind changing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You just got to join. Yeah.
I love you.
I don't know. You just got to do it.
That's why I call it an experience. It's not a program or a strategy. Like, do I ever come in there and say, okay, today is your third session. Now you are going to do, no, it's your experience. No. Really, that's what it is. That's what I hope that you feel like this is your experience.
Like, we haven't talked about food in a long time, which is like a lot of people think like, oh, that's like the number one thing in losing weight or whatever. Like, we haven't talked about food.
It's not about the food.
No, it's not about food.
If it was, everybody would be okay. Nobody would be in this situation.
Like, it's not a secret. Like,
it's not a secret.
No.
I actually did a post once. This was a while ago. I found it and came up in my memory. And it said, you know how everybody says that they're looking for the secret to weight loss? Well, I know my secret. You are my secret.
Oh, yeah.
She said to me, I was like, oh.
I remember that.
The Secret. Yep. There's a book called The Secret. Maybe I'll write my own book. It's not a secret, though. This is my whole one. Secret.
Instead of the secret, it's not a secret.
Actually, yes. Okay. So thank you, Lisette, for coming on.
Well, thank you.
And hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to pause the recording, but I'm going to talk to you privately.